Good afternoon, fellow traders. It's Black Coffee Trader coming to you on Tuesday, January the 14th, 2025. And for the, I don't know how many days in a row now, this NASDAQ has chewed me up and spit me out, and it did it again today. Once again, another red day. Just, yeah, one after the other. Thank goodness I have had the wherewithal to walk away. I'm not allowing myself to have a big red blow up day on any of these accounts. Very, very frustrating. As you can see here, my last trade of today, let's just zoom in here so we can see, shot in the absolute tick right here. I was looking for a short, and what does this thing do but takes a 200-point sell-off in about 20 minutes? Finally, I mean, we kind of chopped around here for a while, but man, oh man, that is the type of stuff that tilt sessions are made of. And thank goodness I just simply said, I'm done. I'm walking away. I'm not continuing to trade my funded accounts. That was really, really a tough pill to swallow. Especially, let's just walk through the trades real quick. So this morning I took a 4 micro trade on a hitchhiker long setup that just simply faked me out. You know, we had the nice strong move up after the open, nice pullback. This candle was pushing up, it then fell apart, and I purposely had my buy order sitting up here, filled it, we went up a little bit, stopped me out. I re-entered and I didn't realize I have a what is it called? I reset GAT, and I have a daily loss or a successive loss setup. I'm not even sure how to say it, but anyway. So if I have 2 consecutive losses, it stops me for trading for 20 minutes. And on this particular trade, because I was in with 4 micros, it treated that as a double, as 2 or more consecutive losses. So I couldn't trade again with the rest of my accounts, but it did fill me on my brand new one that I passed yesterday. So that one was a 1 trade deal there. I jumped back in thinking, okay, I just got faked out, and that one stopped me out. So just a bit of a tough nut there. And then I didn't take another trade on the funded accounts until right here. And this again was a bit disappointing. We had the move down, pull back, and I went short. And unfortunately, about half the accounts got stopped out right at the top of this wick, literally right at the top of the wick, and about half the accounts did not. So for half the accounts and for the leader account, this did end up with a winning trade, but for the other ones, we have a full stop out. So that's why some of these are at about 250 in loss, and some of these are about 160 in loss. So there's about a $90 difference between the two, and that's because instead of having a $30 winner, some of the accounts had a $60 loser. So there's the 90 bucks. So that was a bit unfortunate. And then we dipped below this yellow. I still had this yellow line on that I've had yesterday. This was Friday's low of last week, and it once again what came into play today. I mean, this morning we had, was it CPI this morning? CPI or PPI? Yeah, PPI this morning. And, you know, big rocket move up, and then we just kind of fell apart from there. But this, we came right back down to this level right here, this Friday low, and, you know, pulled back out of it, pushed back out of it, and then we fell apart. Did take a short here, hung on to this trade for a while. Again, this is a hitchhiker setup, you know, move down, pull back. These wicks, not the greatest hitchhiker setup, but enough that I felt like I could get into that for a win. Had to hold through, you know, quite a bit of, you know, just had to have some patience here. Almost got stopped out there a couple of times. Ended up getting out of there with about a $75 winner. Should have taken profit down here, but I was really looking for a move down further. That just didn't happen. And then that was the last good trade. The next couple trades were just negative. You know, here we have a push back up, pull back, a green candle push up, and I entered a long position here, and it just completely fell apart. And then I did what I call a chase trade, or I call it a price action. I'll show you here in a minute. But I entered this short, and once again, just kind of held through this, and it stopped me out and continued to fall apart. So kind of got shot in the tick here on this candle. Kind of frustrating. There's a couple of bad trades. This is a good setup. It just didn't continue. I was a little hesitant because we were kind of bumping our heads against this level. This is a breakthrough and retest. It really could have been a short. And I thought about taking the short, but I thought, man, every time I do this, it pushes through. And I'm just going to take the hitchhiker setup as I see it with the move up, pull back. Well, it, you know, failed me. And then, you know, this is a bad trade. This is one that shouldn't have happened. Got shot in the tick, fell apart. And then I just waded through this. again had a pullback. This is another hitchhiker setup. Move up, pull back, you know, a chance to go long, rejects, pull back. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to short this because we cannot, we've had, you know, a failure here. We had a failure here. We had a failure here, a failure here. I'm going to short this. And what does it do? That time it pushes through. So just go figure. And then I watched this thing. I watched this move all the way up here. And there was a couple of really nice setups, but I was just kind of gun shy on it. And just, you know, didn't want to push it because I kind of got wrecked down here. And then I was very, very patient. I said, I'm going to wait. I'm going to see what happens as we hit this 21,000 area. My instinct initially, I typically on a move like this, if it starts stalling, I will short this move on a key level. Or if we come down to a key level and stall, I will often go long because we often get these bounces or rejections. Well, I just was patient and watched this thing come through. We bumped our heads here twice. This is a lower low. And so when I saw the lower low, wicks, rejection, we had a move back down, pull back, and this was rejecting this 21,000 almost perfectly. And I thought, man, this candle turned red. This green candle right here where my cursor's on was red when I entered the trade. When this thing turned red, I thought, okay, we are now going to dump. What does this stupid thing do but go up here and absolutely, completely shoot me in the tick right here, perfectly shoot me in the tick. And then we chop around here a little bit, and then we have this 200-point sell-off. So, yeah, that's a tough pill to swallow, but that is the market, and this thing is just a little bit crazy these days. Once again, if you look at the big picture, I was thinking the other day that we might push out of this, and we still could. But you know, we got a pretty major level here at the 20,700s, which we bounced off today. We also have a pretty big one down here around the 200s. I feel like this is a pretty big deal. If we lose the 200s, which is the 200 SMA as well, if we lose that, we got problems as far as the bulls go. If that continues, then it's you know, bears on stampede. I would anticipate. So we'll see what this thing does. But we are on the 6th straight red day now on this market, and not treating me very kindly. You know, on ES, I felt like yesterday we had the push out green day yesterday, but we're falling apart. And this 5,800 level is still pretty key. I think this 5,800 and the NQ 700. Or the NQ 700, yes, are pretty much synonymous. Those two are about the same, and I feel a little bit like the ES on the 58 or on the no, I was thinking this is what I was thinking, the 5,800. I was looking at this earlier today, the 5,800 and the 700. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty similar. So we'll see what this does, if it continues to fall apart or if we push out. We do have PPI tomorrow, so that should help us. It'll definitely move the market a little bit one way or the other, I would think. But yeah, this thing is a little bit crazy. So anyway, that is that. I did have an okay little day on my UProfit account. I have continued to trade this. Nothing major. I did decide to take a couple trades today, or actually I took one trade today, and out for $134. You know, you can't see that here. Let me move this. There we go. Out for 134 in profit. So we're almost 2,000 in profit on this account. I did submit for a payout, so hopefully I get that. And if so, we can at least post a payout here to our payouts for 2025. So there we have it. Another day we get knocked around. The only good thing today is I had a good day on a couple of evals. I've got 2 of them that are close on Apex. Did lose a couple take profit evals, so that curse continues there. But anyway, tomorrow's a new day. By the way, the 940 trade did not trigger today, so did not take that. Oh, and I meant to talk about, sorry about that. I was going to talk about the trades. So here's today, 2,600 in losses. The average win to loss is good. I've been really working on that and really have improved that since last year. Unfortunately, we just had too many losing trades today. And we are definitely not having a good month. Down 11,000, a lot of red. And the crazy thing is on the UProfit accounts, we are all green for the month. So go figure. Not much there, but a little bit of green on the month so far. Now, what I want to talk about is this trades right here. So I created another trade called the price action trade this year. And I did that let's just set this to this a month. Because at times last year I was taking trades that I was calling a hitchhiker setup that was really a price action or a I don't know how to word it, just not a good setup. I was really just trading what I thought the market was doing, and I don't like those trades. And I created a price action playbook basically, and you can see the win rate is 15%, pretty low, with a net loss of $700. So not very good on the trades that we've got there. The key level trade has done okay so far this year, 50% win rate. The 940 trade, we've only taken one. You can't see this because it's hidden behind this little banner, but we're, you know, one trade, one loss. The hitchhiker trade has a 40% win rate, but notice something here. My average winner 115, my average loser 38. That's really good. I like seeing that. On the key level trade, average winner 104, average loser 43. So that's really good. This price action, this is really, you know, I don't have very many wins, and I kind of did this to just show myself that I have to stick to my game plan. I can't take this type of trade. So when I do, I definitely put it in here in my trade playbook. And so it just gives me, you know, insight as to what's working well and what's not. So anyway, that is that. And we'll just be back again for another day tomorrow. And hopefully we have a better day than we did today. So there you have it. Once again, appreciate you guys. Thanks for following along. Appreciate you supporting the channel using code BCT on Apex and Take Profit Trader. And yeah, hope you had a better day than I did. And tomorrow's a new day. So we kept the losses to a minimum. That's the key. And we'll just keep working away at it. So until next time, take care and so long.